You said Ango. Bingo.
Oh, shit.
Ladies and gentlemen. Right?
I can't follow that. Director.
David Fincher.
Lovely.
We're really excited, aren't we?
Actually, he's a really, really good director, and I do like a lot of his work. Most of his work, in fact.
I was really excited early on in his career. Really
anytime a Fincher movie comes out, I'm all for it.
I've lost some interest over the years, but his
What are
early
we doing
doing
this for, then?
There's nothing wrong with saying the film's not what you expected.
Overcritical.
That's not the first time I've been accused of that.
Anyway, let's get into his director catalog.
All right. With Fincher,
because he's going to be super excited at the beginning and at the end.
Well, and that's my right.
Sure.
Okay. Anyway,
here we go.
All right. So we all know, or most people know, or maybe some people know, or nobody knows, that Fincher early on did a lot of directing work for music videos for MTV. Madonna, a few others, I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? But his first film he did, first directorial debut, was Alien 3.
And that's actually one I haven't seen all the way through.
Yeah.
I've seen the first one, the second one, The Resurrection, which is not very good.
No.
I've seen pieces of this. I need to see it all the way through.
Personally, I don't have a problem with it. I liked Alien 3. Probably my third favorite in the franchise, honestly. It is, gosh, man, I think it's unrightfully maligned by most people. They say, it was terrible. It was too atmospheric. It was too moody. And to me, it fit right in with the Alien franchise. The very end, people really tore apart. And I thought, well, that actually, to me, it was a great ending. I thought it tied things up really well. If it would have stopped there, I think the franchise would have ended well with Weaver.
Well, there you go.
That's me. That was in 93. The thing about that was...
I thought that was 90.
No, 93.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check that. Let me fact check that. 92.
Oh, so we're both wrong.
Yeah, meet in the middle. But the thing about that was... apparently him and the studio didn't see things, on the same page. So it was a couple years before he directed his next movie, which came in
93.
95.
Ah.
7.
7 is awesome.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
Put him on the map, man. Put him on the map.
Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, Kevin Spacey. I don't know if we're supposed to bring that name up.
R. Lee Ermey is the police sergeant.
Yes, that is great.
Yeah. If you don't know much about Fincher, that's one of the first
Gwyneth Paltrow, too.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
A lot of people know 7. I mean, for the whole thing with the box and all that.
And the 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
It's this is kind of where Fincher does his bread and butter. Suspense, thriller,
and
keeps you guessing.
The thing about that film was Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails scored it.
Mm-hmm.
It was extremely disturbing, that movie. And it was unlike a lot of stuff that came before it. I mean, it was really dark. And I think with Fincher, especially, I'll call this out, I think he was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he really was. Excellent film. Really, you have to have some nerves of steel to watch some of it.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It does get a little.
It gets grisly, dude.
A little bit.
But that was in 95. Very well received, and because of that, of course, they give him the green light to do other big projects. What's this coming up on my? I had the director pulled up, and now it's bogus. The two brothers.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. Here, it's right here. I gotta get it ready again.
Somebody's got to get a new phone.
Well, yeah. All right, so he follows it up with one that isn't really on people's radar, but I think both of us really love it.
I hate this movie.
Well, there you go. The Game.
The Game is awesome.
In 97.
Michael Douglas, Sean Penn, a slew of character actors.
Yeah.
Basically, Michael Douglas, privileged guy. Sean Penn's his younger brother, buys him a gift, which you don't really know what it is. It's a game.
Yeah.
And
it's a life game.
It's pretty intense. Yeah. All the stuff he's got to go through.
And it really is a departure from, you do Seven, and you're expecting, Fincher, he's going to do another really creepy film, sociopathic killer stuff, and he surprises you.
This is definitely suspense thriller.
Yeah, it is, but it's a different kind of.
Oh man, it's almost like you'd say an escape room, but an escape room for your life. Like you got to get the clues, you got to figure out what the heck's going on.
And Douglas sells it.
Oh,
I'll tell you that. Douglas sells it, man.
Michael Douglas is great. And then Sean Penn, even though he's the brother, he's not in it a whole lot, he's still great.
Deborah Kara Unger plays sort of, she's part of everything that's going on. I don't want to give it too much away.
You did just give it away.
All right. Well, I did.
Sorry. Anyway, it's really good.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to get at here is the movie pretty much is Michael Douglas. It's not necessarily Castaway or Gravity with Sandra Bullock, because there's other character actors giving support, but he really carries it.
Oh yeah.
And I loved it. And that was in 97. So Fincher's doing well. And he goes on in 99 to probably do his most popular film so far as The Fight Club.
Fight Club, yeah. Everybody knows it, quotes it.
Yes.
Edward Norton, Brad Pitt.
It's become pretty much cemented in popular culture, man.
Oh man, it's great.
Yeah.
Norton is amazing. Of course, you got to count Brad Pitt. He's very good in it too.
Helen Bonham Carter takes time away from
doing her husband's movies.
Tim Burton's movies, and decides to do a movie with
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto's in it.
Very young Jared Leto. Meatloaf, yeah. It's great, yeah. It's psychological thriller.
Yeah. That movie's been picked apart for over 20 years now. There's so many layers to it.
Yeah. Definitely have to do a deep dive into that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great film. We'll get to our favorites later on. So we'll talk about that. That was in 99. So he's doing movies in 2 or 3 year intervals. In 2002, he does Panic Room with Jodie Foster.
And I saw this actually at the theater. It was good. I liked it. Forrest Whitaker. I forget his partner.
Dwight Yoakam?
Name. I think you're right.
I think Dwight Yoakam's in it.
And it's Jodie Foster and a young Kristen Stewart, who was in the Twilight series. Yeah.
There was one more younger guy in it. One of the 3 bad guys, and I don't remember who that was. Was it Leto?
I don't remember.
I'd have to look that up.
I think I only saw it that once in the theater.
I like the film, don't get me wrong, but out of his whole catalog, honestly, it was the one, if you were to ask me, line all the films up or talk to me about all these movies, I would pick Fincher as a director for all of them except for this one. And the only reason
is because it's kind of a straightforward film. It's suspense.
Yeah.
But there's nothing big, like there's no big reveal.
Right. It's almost like Fincher said,
I'll do it.
Yeah, this isn't an attack on him, his creativity or anything like that, but it's almost like he said, all right, let me do a mainstream movie and just throw it out there, and while I decide what else I want to do.
All credit to Jodie Foster and Forrest
Yeah,
Whitaker
absolutely, man, because they're great actors.
Yeah.
But that was in 2002. So he does some more, I think, 9 Inch Nails music videos and so on and so forth. George Michael. 2007, I think we can both say this is one of our favorite films of all time, Zodiac.
Zodiac is great.
Now,
about the Zodiac killing, not the the subject matter, the actors, and the
story. Yeah,
the story.
You talk
and the way
about
it's
writing.
shot.
Yeah,
that is suspense in every sense of the word. The drama in that film. Oh man, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Brian Cox. I mean, just on down the line.
What's his name from Revenge of the Nerds?
Oh, Anthony Edwards. Yeah.
And the guy, Casey Jones.
Elias Koteas. And Donald Logue is the other kid from whichever Napa or Vallejo.
And who's the Zodiac?
John Carroll Lynch.
Yes. That, you got to watch it. And now it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
We're talking like 2.5 hours. But especially if you're interested in what kind of happened in that time frame with the Zodiac and all of that, it's definitely worth a watch.
And you're talking about these guys. We mentioned Downey, we mentioned Jake Gyllenhaal, we might mention Mark Ruffalo, and all these guys are top tier actors. Now you throw in the suspect in the film was John Carroll Lynch, and this guy just came out of nowhere. As far as maybe you did, but I never saw him before this.
I saw him in other stuff, but he was just kind of there.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, this guy holds his own. More than holds his own in a lot of scenes. The thing about it is, it's I'm a fan of it the same reason you are. It's the writing, the story. It just sucks you in, even for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend it. I think there's and I own a director's cut with commentary, and it talks about the people the actual detectives who investigated the Zodiac, if you're interested in that. So that was in 2007. Now I will say this about it. One curiosity I had for you. Well, when did you see that? When was the first time you watched that?
In the theater when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I never saw it in the theater. I saw it some years later.
No, I saw it in the theater. Yeah.
It never popped up on my radar. So the next one he did was was released, I should say, was the year after 2008. Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
This is good too.
Yes, sir.
Very interesting story, compelling story. It's drama.
Yes.
It's not really, again, it's not some big reveal or anything, but basically a man who ages backwards. Yeah. It's very interesting.
Kate Blanchett, and Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And the movie is, I would call it almost like I don't know the running time on it, but
it's got to be another almost 3-hour film.
Yeah, it's like a sprawling epic, and from the moment it comes on and you see his mother giving birth to him, you see that the condition he's in, which is actually a real medical condition, you're sucked into it. Fincher brings you into its world.
Definitely.
So that was in 2008.
Segue.
So The Social Network.
We forgot to put The Social Network in. So, Social Network.
You were a bigger fan of this than I was.
I did like it. It was, believe me, it wasn't his best, but, he wanted to dabble a little bit in comedy. And I thought he did okay.
That's a significant departure from him. I'm not going to sit here and rag on the film. I'm just going to say.
Did you even see it?
I did watch it. Okay. Yes, I watched it once, and I was just. It's
like Andrew Garfield's in it.
Yeah, but it's just not. To me, it just outside of a documentary, it doesn't bear an actual film about the inception. It's just
I liked it,
and maybe I'm not a big fan of.
What's
that guy's name? The lead actor?
I know who it is. I just don't know his name.
Eisenberg?
Something like that. He played the Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Maybe it's that too. But I wasn't too crazy about it. So,
I thought it was good.
Yeah. So we didn't have to do this.
Segue out.
Does some more music videos. 2011, he does The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is an American adaptation of trilogy.
The trilogy book, yeah.
Yeah.
This was great because Daniel Craig's in it. I forget the female actress.
Yeah, it escapes
Kristen Plummer or
was he on? Yeah, Christopher Plummer. Stellan Skarsgård is one of my favorites in this.
Never had a man down here.
Oh, dude.
No, it was great. I was disappointed because I kind of figured with Fincher and Daniel Craig and them, they weren't going to do the series.
Yeah.
So it was going to be a one and done. But it was phenomenal. Again, a suspense.
Yeah.
It kind of unravels, the story unravels in front of you. And it's just great because, to me, Daniel Craig is a phenomenal actor.
I think, I say American adaptation because Germany did all three, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so they could have gone on, they didn't, but
Then there was a rumor they were going to here recently, but I think it fell apart. I don't know. But
yeah,
that,
it's been
don't
some
quote me
years.
on that.
I mean, yeah, it's
Anyway,
10 years on.
Really good.
So yeah, and this one I will say though, it gave me even a different vibe. It's like he took it to the next level, even from Seven. It's rather there's one scene in particular, there's a couple scenes which are painful to watch because they're it's subjects people don't, you shouldn't have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and then he did some episodes of House of Cards. I think that was with Kevin Spacey. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
In 2014, see, for me, this is where it goes off the rails. He does Gone Girl.
I like this. Again, it unraveled. It's a mystery. It's suspense. This is one of, to me, Ben Affleck does a good job. I forget the female actress that plays but I really enjoyed it. I did. I need to watch it again.
I just have had difficulty, and it started with the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and to me, he swerved more into this territory. For me, that was it was hard to digest in as far as say subject matter, the way it was portrayed, the way it came across on screen. It felt almost I don't know what the word is. Repulsive.
Not the Gone Girl.
For me,
there's not a lot of repulsive things in it. I see where you're getting at with the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, especially a certain scene. But then the Gone Girl, there's not a lot of that in there.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the film. I didn't like the direction he was going with. But that's just me. I respect the fact that you enjoyed it. That was in 2014. Then I know it's a television series, but I want to give a shout out to this. In 2017 to 2019, he did Mindhunter, which is an exploration on the early FBI days of profiling serial killers. And
profile doesn't give.
I know. I was going to get called out on the contradiction here, the hypocrisy of it, or whatever. But I do want to try to get this guy to watch and see what he thinks about it. But great acting and great writing and directing on that show. Hopefully they bring it back for a third season.
Great.
So the last one he did was Mank.
I don't think I've seen that.
That was in 2020. And Mank was this revolves around Orson Welles. 1930s Hollywood reevaluated through the eyes of scathing social critic Herman Mankiewicz as he races to finish the screenplay for Citizen Kane, which starred Orson Welles. And it was a big deal. Citizen Kane is, by the American Film Institute, is still considered the #1 film of all time.
Who was in it?
I believe it was Gary Oldman.
Okay, yeah, then I didn't see it. Never mind. It sounded familiar for a half sec.
Yeah, he played the title character.
Okay, gotcha. What's your favorite?
Got to be Zodiac.
Wow.
Has to be Zodiac. I think of two, or at least a very close runner-up, would be Seven.
I go with Fight Club and The Game.
Okay. All right.
You took two, I like those two. I'm not going to agree with you. I'm going to have to pick two different ones.
You don't necessarily have to, but I
love Zodiac, and I like Seven. Seven is, again, you watch that subject matter, and there's none of that in Gone Girl. Oh, but Gone Girl is just disgusting.
I couldn't tell. Yeah,
Seven has got some pretty brutal.
It does.
Scenes
Yeah,
in
and even to this day, yes, some of it. But then again, I just like, I don't know, I just like the story better. I like the characters.
I love the story about how, and it's the hypocrisy of it. If something happens to your family or wife or something, and the husband doesn't act a certain way, they immediately start pointing the finger. And that's what he was going with for Ben Affleck. Because at one point, they said take a picture, and he just kind of leaned in and gave a half smile. They're like, why is he smiling, And that's what I thought was interesting.
Yeah, it was a commentary on media.
Oh, yeah.
Where we're at on media.
That's what, and I figured that's what you'd be all over.
Fincher, to his credit, he was going to do, it was Captain Nemo, about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, that would have been
But
amazing.
it apparently, I don't know if it was a studio or what. Maybe it was when, I don't know if Fox was supposed to be the studio, and then it got, taken into the arms of Disney, and the whole thing just fell apart. And as far as what his next project is, I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So, I wouldn't call the guy polarizing. I think a lot of people like the bulk of his work. It is pretty intense, most of it.
It definitely bends your mind.
Yeah. Tell us what you think. Give us some comments. Your opinions. Scathing criticisms, whatever you like.
There you go. And on that note.